All right, you know how people are always like, just an hour a day, just 10 minutes a day for X amount of days, and then your car will be done. Well, that's kind of the point of today's video. There's nothing in particular that we're doing. We're trying to just spend some time out in the garage, get a few little things done. First is I picked up this UMI Performance adjustable panhard bar, because the panhard bar on this car it's seen better days. Yeah, this is 1.25 inches, I think, and it is a single adjustable here. I wanted to splurge and get a double adjustable one so that I could leave the bar on there and adjust it, but I figured once it's actually on there and set right, I shouldn't have to adjust it anymore. So this was right around $100, I think. So that's something that needs to be taken care of. Another thing, the radiator on this, I need to cut the fill neck off of and weld that solid. So I'm gonna try to get that taken care of. I didn't do it initially because I didn't think it would weep, because it has the fill neck on the radiator and then it has one on the upper radiator hose, trying to get it kind of at the highest point. And for some reason it weeps there a little bit. So I'm going to just cut that off and try to get a good weld all the way around and just seal it up. And then one of the other things that I want to do is get the new fuel pumps mounted on the Firebird, because right now it has this single Amazon like 380 Most Plus one. So we're switching to dual AEM 400s. Probably gonna put it in about the same spot, give or take. I would like to put it up here so that it's a little more hidden, but I don't know, down here will probably be fine. So I think we're probably just going to, cut to like a montage so I can turn the heater on. There's 2 bolts for the torque arm here. I need to get those back down and put the nuts back on it so that thing's all secure, and might as well put the drive shaft back in. And then I can pop these ratchet straps off and start unbolting this panhard bar. Alright, got the old one off. Now I can put this new one on. It's not quite as pretty as the old one.
Oh yeah.
But
the other one had its groove going.
It's got some funk in it.
Hey shit, the rear end's actually straight in there now.
Is it?
Maybe.
Who the funk? It's still this way a little bit.
Yeah.
Start throwing this thing in there. It did come with some super grease to grease everything up. I'll do that real quick and then we'll start throwing it in there.
Super grease. Let's see. Actually, it doesn't have to be shorter.
It would have to be longer to push it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking shorter, hold it. Okay, it's the other way.
Things are pretty well centered up now. Well, let's see, I think it could go drivers. Well, once it settles down, it should go driver. Got these Lakewood like traction bars adjusted. They were like super hardcore pulled in, way short, which I don't understand. Now they are, we're starting neutral with it. And then there's a bunch of other things that were just kind of annoying, so I've been like trying to change them. Like this dipstick, every time I'd get it in there, I'd pinch that O-ring, and then just like where it came out, it was like way down here. So I ended up getting this Summit flexible one that went in perfectly. It's actually, you know, I was expecting it to be kind of crappy, but it's actually surprisingly good quality. And then yesterday I drilled and tapped this block for the oil feed to the turbo with some of the nicest threads that I've ever tapped, so that was cool. I think while the car is up, I'm going to lower the front a little bit, take a couple measurements, see where things are, and then, like, if I could at least lower the front like an inch, I think that'd be good. What else? Oh yeah, got the shift cable bracket bolted on the transmission. I got the new cable in, shifters there, a bunch of the fuel line fittings that some of you guys saw in the last video. These are for the fuel regulator. This one is actually for the drain, the turbo drain. This is going up to the rails. I also need to pull the intake off, one, because I want to paint it if I'm going to run it like that, which I might as well run it like that for this year. Just run the LS1 intake, and then next winter I'll upgrade, because I'm already spending more money on this car than I wanted to. And then I need to pull the cam out and put the Copo cam in it, which, geez, where did I put that thing? I've got stuff scattered everywhere right now. Holy crap. Then I gotta change the springs in the head. I still have to measure for a belt and get one of those ordered, and make a lower radiator hose and get the thermostat housing. Yeah, there's just a bunch of little odds and ends on things that I gotta take care of. Just a bunch of little nickel and dime stuff. And then, so basically the car, to get it running and driving again, I need to mount the fuel pumps, run the new lines and everything. I'm gonna move the regulator up closer to the rails. I'll use the -6 that they have as the feed as the return, because this is all -8. Get the shifter in there mounted, get the cable in, make sure that's adjusted right. I need to put the other timing cover on it because that has the turbo drain. And then, see, this is another one of those moments where it's like, I could just do the bare minimum and get the thing running and driving, and it would still be pretty fast. Like, it would easily be realistically like a mid 6-second 1/8 mile car, which, I mean, that's still faster than I've been. So, like, I'm torn between, like, the whole Firebird thing, don't get it right, just get it running. But at the same time, I just have a hard time knowing that I'm leaving power on the table by not just, like, putting the Copo cam in it versus this Summit, I think, stage 2 cam. Just a bunch of little stuff like that, man. And then, like, the 10 bolt that's in here. This supposedly has 4 10s and a Detroit locker. I don't know if it actually does, but that's what I was told when I got the car. And I know that it's done pretty good 60-foots with this rear end. So it's like, do I want to take the time to throw the 9-inch in it now, or just use what I've got for now and throw that in once this breaks? Because it's like, it could last quite a while. I'm not going to say it's going to last forever, because at the end of the day, it's still a 10 bolt, but it could last quite a while. I think for now, what I'm going to do is focus on the stuff that I need to do just to get it running and driving. I'm not going to prioritize the rear end or changing the cam or getting a new intake for it just yet. But if I have the opportunity, I mean, an intake's only like an hour to replace, but everything else, I'm going to do just what I need to get it running so that I can, bare minimum, at least move it around and do some races with it. That should have dropped the front end down about an inch. I didn't want to go too far at once, so I started with just an inch, inch and a quarter. That looks pretty good. So yeah, that front, I can totally live with that front. That's fine. The back, however, I feel like it's up even more now that there's more weight on the nose. So Definitely gonna have to do something about that. Whoa. I thought, whew. Let's see. Yeah, that's like right at 4 on this side. How are we over here? This side's 4 3/8, which I guess that kind of makes sense. How are we on this? That's, we'll call it 2.5. And this is, we'll call it 2.5. I don't super care if it's even, just as long as it's within like a 1/4 inch or so. Man, that is kind of hilarious, actually. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably get some BMR lowering springs, because those people seem to really like those in these F bodies. They've been pretty good 60-foots with them, but those only drop at I think 1.5 inches, which would still take it to, I mean, I guess that'd be about right, because this is 2.5, that would be about 2.5 then. I still kind of think that I'd want it lower. Like, I mean, obviously I'm a fan of function, but I'm also a fan of like really freaking low things. Like, look at the RX-7, that thing is tucked. But I measured for a belt. I need one that's about 64 inches. I need to get the thermostat housing. I should have a thermostat laying around. If not, those are cheap enough. So that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.